If you are using LinkedIn to find a job as soon as possible, then you have to make sure on how you structure your experience so that it is attractive in the eyes of your future employer. So today I'm going to share with you exactly that on what you should make sure in your experience so that it is perceived as attractive, compelling, and increases you the chances to get a job opportunity or even a job interview. So stay tuned. Now, maybe you already have a LinkedIn profile yourself and you already added like your picture, your headline, your about me, etc. And maybe as well your education and as well your experience, also the skills, etc. Like you actually make sure of that. Now you're asking yourself, maybe you already have a lot of experience and you're thinking, okay, how can I structure it in a way so that a recruiter, if he checks it out, will say, hey, I would like to hire this person. So I'm gonna share with you a very important tip over here. The first thing is you have to make sure that your experience is tailored to the job that you're looking for. Now, what happens if you would like to apply for different kind of engineering positions or different kind of sales positions or different kind of marketing or anything like that? What I recommend is to set a goal for yourself. What is the one position you want to have placed at least this month? Okay, sometimes maybe you are unsure and you don't know how to title yourself, etc. So maybe you come up with 2 to 3 positions, and I recommend to focus really on one position. Okay, so focus month 1 on one position, month 2 on the second, and then month 3 on the third one, and then you can repeat the process. Because you want to test your profile, you want to test how it's actually going and how the performance is. So let's say in month 1, okay? Now in month 1, you tailor your full LinkedIn profile based on that specific position. Let's say your position is B2B sales in cybersecurity, okay? B2B sales professional in cybersecurity. Now you want to make sure that your experience is as well tailored to that position, okay? Your whole experience is tailored to that position. And over here, you have to check that the roles that you're in, okay? The different kind of roles that you were in the past companies, that you adapt the role slightly, that increase the relevance to the position that you're placing for, okay? For example, if you were doing if you're applying for B2B sales in the cybersecurity industry, then you want to, and in the past you was like a customer success consultant, okay? Customer success consultant. Now, somebody that doesn't understand that industry, like a customer success consultant in the digital media industry, okay? Now, if you have that title over there, then most of the time, well, most likely, people cannot associate that for digital media and cybersecurity or anything like that. And particularly the word customer success consultant, what is that exactly? Like, is it boosting customers' performance, or what is that exactly? So there is already a conflict over there. So instead of using customer success consultant, which most of the time you just check on activities and it's a lot of key account activities, a lot of sales activities, business development activities, that you then adapt that title, for example, to B2B in e-commerce, or B2B consulting in e-commerce, or B2B sales for digital media. You can then use that. Now, if you have chose this role, then basically you are backing up your title that you have chosen to apply for. So if you're applying for B2B sales in cybersecurity, now they actually see, okay, you are in B2B sales in digital media. Okay, there is an association with that. So like this, then they say, oh, okay, now I understand that you are more in that field. And then they might then check on the activities. And of course, the activities that you did in the past, they should somehow back up that position, okay? But you can change the role but you still have to back it up with the activities that you actually did, okay? So don't use kind of fake roles that you cannot really back up. It has to be roles that you can back up, but there are always so many different kind of synonyms you can use for a specific role. And the more consistent the role synonyms are, okay, if it's consistent that area, then you're far more likely to get invited to an interview by a recruiter or by a future employer. Okay, so make sure you have that in your experience. Another thing in the experience, don't try to use too many different kind of, like don't make it too long, okay? Like, well, I mean, you can do it long, okay, if you know what you're doing, but I wouldn't suggest to add too many different kind of areas where the other person will think, okay, it's like, what are you exactly doing? What's your specialty? Like, what's your core thing? And if you are applying to apply yourself as a job seeker, then you have to make sure just to only put those experiences inside there, so that you so that it's more tailored to that specific role. So you can, for example, write, if you are in different kind of companies, then just write sales and business development in different kind of companies, so diverse companies. And like this, you can as well shorten as well your profile, okay? Now, what I mean is that you have to make sure that it's all aligned with the position that you're trying to place for. And a really good way to understand what your employer is looking for is if you actually check out the job description. So whatever role is written in the job description, then maybe that's the role that you would like to be using in your headline, in your experiences, because that is the number one thing that recruiters or employers will be associating with. And the more green lights they see, the more alignments they see, oh, there is a good matching between the job description and the profile is a good matching, then you're far more likely to get invited into interview. Now, on the interview, that's where you go more deeper into those topics, and you can actually say, well, I mean, this is the role that's it's called basically. The way how we call it in my industry was customer success consultant, so I just adapted because it's the same activities anyway, and that is as well okay. Okay, so try to make sure that the role that you put inside your experience is congruent to the role that is in your headline written, okay? Is congruent with the role that you're applying for, basically. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any kind of questions regarding experiences, maybe there are some kind of topics I didn't address over here, you can just simply comment below. I'll check out your comments and see if there are kind of clarifications still have to do, and otherwise I can as well address that in a future video. Okay, so if you like this video, hit the like button or share it with a different person or a friend or a colleague where you see, okay, this can be as well a value for them. And otherwise, subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive more career advice, personal developments, high performance topics, all that you will find it here. And otherwise, I look forward to see you in the next video. Take care.